Did you know that the average person could save over $5,000 a year just by practicing some old school frugal habits? That's right, folks. Frugality isn't just about scrimping and saving. It's about making the most of what we have and reducing waste. A lesson we can all take from our grandparents. In a world where we're constantly encouraged to buy the newest, the shiniest, the most cutting-edge products, it's easy to forget that our grandparents lived a different way. They were the masters of getting and making do. They understood the value of money and the importance of being resourceful. Think about it. When a shirt got a tear or a button fell off, they didn't rush out to buy a new one. They got out their sewing kits and fixed it. That's our first tip, mending and repairing items instead of replacing them. Not only does this save money, but it also helps to reduce waste. It's a win-win situation. Let's move on to our second tip. Growing your own produce. Our grandparents didn't have the luxury of popping into a store and buying exotic fruits and vegetables. They had to grow their own. And you know what? That's not a bad thing. In fact, it's great. Growing your own produce can save you a significant amount of money. Plus, it's healthier, as you know exactly what's going into your food. No pesticides, no preservatives, just fresh, wholesome produce. And let's not forget the satisfaction that comes from eating something you've grown yourself. So, there you have it, folks. 2 simple, yet effective ways to live more frugally, inspired by our grandparents. With just these 2 habits, you could save hundreds, if not thousands, of dollars a year. But that's not all. Stay tuned for more tips on how to live a more frugal lifestyle. And while you're at it, why not share your own money-saving tips? We'd love to hear from you. Remember, every penny counts. Our grandparents didn't just save money, they were wise about how they spent it. Let's dive into the next 3 tips, the wisdom of frugality, if you will. First, they knew the value of buying quality items that last. Yes, they might have spent a little bit more upfront, but in the long run, they saved money. Think about it. If you buy a cheap pair of shoes and they wear out in 6 months, you're going to have to buy another pair and then another. But if you invest in a quality pair, they might last you for years. That's smart spending. Next, our grandparents understood the value of making meals at home. Not only does this save money, but it also has health benefits. Home-cooked meals tend to be lower in sodium, sugar, and unhealthy fats than restaurant meals or fast food. Plus, cooking at home allows you to control portion sizes, reducing waste and further saving money. So, the next time you're tempted to go out for dinner, think about the wisdom of your grandparents and whip up something at home instead. Finally, they were masters at using public transportation or carpooling. In today's world, we've become so accustomed to the convenience of our own cars that we forget about the cost. But the cost of gas, maintenance, and insurance can add up quickly. By choosing to use public transportation or carpool, you can save a significant amount of money each month. And let's not forget about the environmental benefits. Fewer cars on the road means less pollution, helping to protect our planet for future generations. Remember, being frugal doesn't mean being cheap. It means being smart with your money. Our grandparents knew this, and they passed down these habits not because they wanted to deny themselves the finer things in life, but because they understood that the true value lies in making smart choices that benefit us in the long run. So, how about we take a leaf out of their book? Being frugal doesn't mean being cheap. It means being smart with your money. There are some virtues of frugality that have been forgotten in our modern consumer society. As we dive deeper into these lost arts, let's bring to light 3 more tips that are as relevant today as they were in the past. Our 6th tip revolves around the practice of saving and reusing items. In a world that encourages us to buy new and discard the old, the simple act of repairing, reusing, or repurposing items can have far-reaching effects. Not only does this save you money, but it also reduces waste, giving more sustainable lifestyle. Remember, one man's trash is another man's treasure. Moving on to our 7th tip, bartering or trading goods and services. This is a tradition as old as civilization itself, yet It has been largely forgotten in the age of digital transactions. Bartering can be a great way to acquire what you need without spending a dime. It's about finding a mutual exchange of value, which can often lead to more meaningful relationships and a greater sense of community. So next time before you reach for your wallet, consider if there might be a trade-off that could be beneficial for both parties involved. Our eighth tip is living within your means. This might seem like a no-brainer, but with the prevalence of credit and buy now, pay later schemes, it's easy to fall into the trap of living beyond one's means. Being frugal is not about being stingy. It's about understanding your financial boundaries and making wise decisions within them. It's about choosing quality over quantity, needs over wants, and long-term gain over short-term gratification. These forgotten virtues can not only save you money, but also help you live a more fulfilling and sustainable life. It's not just about being budget conscious. It's about cultivating a mindset that values resourcefulness, sustainability, and community over consumerism. So, ask yourself, how can you incorporate these forgotten virtues into your daily life? As we look to the future, it's clear that the old ways of frugality have a lot to teach us. Let's delve into our final two tips, beginning with the ninth, investing wisely. In the past, our grandparents understood that a penny saved was a penny earned. However, they also knew that a penny invested was a potential fortune. They didn't have the stock market apps or online trading platforms we have today, but they knew the value of investing in land, in businesses, and in their communities. In our modern world, we have a myriad of investment opportunities at our fingertips. From cryptocurrency to stocks, bonds, and real estate, we can diversify our investments like never before. But to be truly frugal, we must also be wise. It's not just about making money, it's about making smart decisions that will pay off in the long run. This means doing our research, consulting with experts, and never investing more than we can afford to lose. Our 10th and final tip harks back to a time when children were taught about money from a young age. In days gone by, kids earned their pocket money by doing chores, learned to save for what they wanted, and understood the value of hard work. Today, it's more important than ever to instill these values in our youth. By teaching children about budgeting, saving, and investing, we are not just preparing them for a secure financial future, we are also contributing to a healthier economy and a more responsible society. The long-term effects of these frugal habits on personal wealth and societal health are profound. When we invest wisely and teach the next generation about money, we create a cycle of financial responsibility and economic stability. So, here's a question to ponder. What could you do with the money you save by adopting these frugal habits? Don't forget to subscribe and share your thoughts in the comments below. Check out my next video that YouTube suggests, and I'll see you on the other side.